Hi guys, I'm back. It's time for me to do a video. Been a few days, I said that it would, but I didn't know how many. Hope you missed me. Now you don't have to any longer. News on the card front. This is a card channel. It's called Casual Card Consumption's Context and Controversy. Card news. We know Topps Chrome came out. I've been looking at some reviews. It is great. I was gonna wait to May 1st and get some megas, but hey, I may play on a few blasters here. I may play on a few blasters here because it looks like people are having a really good time ripping those things. And you know me, with a $20 buyback in there, I'm sure I'm good for a couple Stafford cards. He's always treated me pretty well. But yeah, it's a lot going on. The megas come out May 1st for Topps Chrome football. I don't know how people have them, but they're for sale. But it is official. It's from the Topps site. They go live May 1st. And so I'm going to be on that. And big other news with cards. Topps Finest Football is dropping tomorrow for pre-sale. If tomorrow is the 20th. And so that'll be great. And then the 22nd, we have Bowman Basketball. That'll be great. And so this is a pretty action-packed week. And I'm all for it. I don't know, this may be a short, but if it runs out of time, it won't be. So, however it goes. Switching now from cards, so also megas, I think, for Bowman Basketball will be May 7th. So, just saying that. In the transfer portal, loads of fun. Did we all see what happened at Duke? A guy transferring from Duke to UConn. Well, if you don't know, you know now. With second wave information guy talking about me, because this was a few days ago. Really sad. I don't think people should do things like that, but they do. I was saying that a while ago back, I was talking about Juke Harris. And I was saying that, you know, he did right. Maybe he wasn't good enough to go to Carolina from the beginning. Because now he's into him. He may have already committed. He may have already committed someone else. It was Carolina, Tennessee, and Michigan. And so he was, a big-time player coming out of Salisbury around this area. But everybody's not good enough to go to Carolina. So he went to Wake Forest, and now he's entertaining Carolina, or they're entertaining him, however it goes. And he didn't try to do something like go to State. I don't think he's a Duke guy, so you don't have to really probably worry about that. But he didn't try to go to like State and stuff like that, because State tries to be a rival to probably both Duke and Carolina, but they try to be a rival to Carolina. But not that good. They're not in the league. But they could be a rival in football. I am a big-time liker of NC State football. I think they're a good program. And I think they're better than Carolina. Carolina, I don't value their football program that much. But they are pretty good sometimes. But yeah, so stuff like that. Juke Harris did a good thing to me. He didn't try to go to Duke or Upstate. And then go to, Carolina. Wake Forest doesn't really matter. They're not good enough any of the time. They hadn't been good since, who was it? The late Skip Prosser? If that was his name. If they had a coach named Skip Prosser. Now I think Dino Gaudio came in, if that's how you say his name. I liked him, so I'm not, taking a shot at it, if that's how you say his name. That's what I meant by that. I don't think they've been good since. I don't know anything that they have. It's a sad case because Wake is a quality program overall. Just thinking about the history of it for my time. I can go down a list of very, 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 very productive players coming from Wake Forest, especially at the collegiate level. But getting into the NBA too. So yeah, not a short. You get to get more of me, so don't complain. You shouldn't be. I wouldn't be. But other transfer portal stuff. Oh no, getting back to. I don't know how you say his name. It's a strange last name, but the guy from Los Angeles, the Nick guy, who I didn't want to see leave. I always favor Duke, but I'm not there. I didn't want to see him leave. This could have been his time to shine, but he left and went to Connecticut. If you don't know, Connecticut and Duke have a history. Connecticut has been a major knocker off of Duke, a major eliminator of Duke. And a lot of people can't say that. I mean, they have beat them in championship games, Final Fours, just big games all around. And I still remember the 98, 99 team. I didn't think that team would lose. It was no way I thought they would. But anyway, I'll step into modern times, talking about the Elton Brand team. But I didn't think they would lose, but they did. And Connecticut has really spoiled a lot for Duke over the years, including this year. The latest chapter in that saga. But he went to Connecticut. The principles of people. But Duke is a national program. And so he's a guy that came from California. If you come from California, you go to Durham, North Carolina. Which a lot of people may do now. But one time, maybe they didn't. But if you come there, I mean, you can go to Connecticut from there if you want to. They're not the most principled people out there. Other transfer portal stuff I'm excited about because I like to go beyond the glitz of things. I like to go beyond the polished stuff and the things like that. I have my guys and I just have them. And I mentioned Wake Forest just a little. It's a guy in the transfer portal. It intrigued me. Never saw him play. I may try to go pull him up and see. But he had good numbers, good things about him. He's transferred from Merrimack, who I don't know who they are. Who I don't know. I don't have any knowledge of is the way I would say it. I don't know who they are. And I've never known. I've never heard of them, really. But they're a program, and he transferred from Merrimack to Wake Forest. And good things were written about him. A lot of times I do that now because I sometimes can't tolerate the games. So I'll have to check him out, Keever Kennedy or something like that. But going to Wake. And looks like he could be a player. His write-up has all indications that he could be a player. So I like things like that. Of course, I like the big things. Everybody knows them. My nose itches. Maybe I should edit it out, but I won't. That's not getting worse in the video. Not to me. But also a guy who has plenty of the stuff. Plenty of the juice. Transferring from Cal along with Scottie Pippen's son. Why is everybody leaving Cal? Scottie Pippen's son is transferring from Cal. That's strange to me. But he is. But the guy Day Ames out of Chicago. I watched him play 2 or 3 times this year. Man, he has the sweetness. That guy can play. I'm talking about he is a 90s player. And of course, it's things in his game to rein in, skills or really decision-making things, their mental things to hone. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. He's going to Tennessee. Tennessee may be putting together some offense, which is a good thing for him, because the way I see it, Tennessee's problem since I've been watching them here, because I just was able to start watching basketball again about 3 years ago. It was horrible when I first got to watch it full time again. I couldn't take it. So I really watched. I watched as much as I could with the TV muted, because I also didn't want to hear the commentary that was excusing and tolerating and even promoting that stuff. But it's gotten better. I just can. I can tolerate it now, but sometimes I can't still. But since watching Tennessee, they can't score to me. Tough defensively, all of that. A lot of tough guys, a lot of guys that will do that on that end, which is, hey man, championship stuff. And hey, that's the spirit. But you got to score points in basketball. And they hadn't been able to do that good enough to me. The guys that they had that were supposed to be scorers were not productive enough to me. So now you bring in a guy like this Ames guy. I think they got McDonald's All-American coming. Transfer from Notre Dame. And then potentially maybe even Harris. Who, and I think they got a white dude, or another white dude is looking at him. Not Estrella, another white dude. But they have some offense, and I think that's good. So they may actually be good now to make a really, really legitimate run at what they want to make a run at, which I take would be a national championship. So that is something I like out of the portal there. My big Africans, still waiting on them. I got a thing today on Diop talking about he's looking at Michigan. Everybody can't go to Michigan. People are looking at Michigan and transferring to Michigan. I'm not a hater, but it's not the high likelihood that Michigan repeats. Okay, so we just had a team repeat a couple years ago back. Before that it was a Florida team did it. Before that it was 14 or 15 years prior that Duke did it. And so, look, but people may like Michigan because it's really a good program. And the coach is really a good coach. I like the coach myself. I just got introduced to him this year because I have to take my time with this stuff, with the state that it's in. I think he's a climber. Without question. But nothing wrong with that. Everybody's a climber these days. And if you're not a climber, you're probably looked at as a loser. Or people may just wonder what's wrong with you. Maybe he doesn't want anything significant. But my big Africans, Diop may be looking at their Michigan. I saw an article about it. I didn't read it. And the one who is from Cincinnati, Cham, Thiam, I don't know. I'll go with the experts, but I don't know. So I don't want to go with anybody now. I'll just say the big African from Cincinnati. He's ranked higher on the list. So big African number one. Big African number one was both were looking there at St. John's, and hopefully they land one of them. Any other thing I care about there from the portal? It's something else. I talked about that dude. I call him Kamenia, but I don't know how his name is. I talked about that. That was really something. Oh, Momchilovich is going NBA, probably. So he's taking a long time, unless he committed as I'm saying this. And I mean, if I'm saying that he's done that, then I mean, I didn't see the update. But trust me, I'll update you. We'll talk about it. Yeah, but probably going NBA. Probably should. Um, Probably should. So yeah, won't have too much dead air on here. So nothing immediate's coming to mind. Hey, I'll get off of here, letting you know that it'll probably be. Well, I don't know. I'll have to check with. This is where I fit it in. This is where I check with my advisory panel. Everyone, my advisory panel is none other than the superheroine that I call Mama. That's it. Nobody else. If you hear that it's somebody else, they're a liar. I don't have anybody in my life. That's why, things are probably the way they are with things like this. But trust me, I like it this way. I'm talking about these videos, things like that. A lot of this is because I'm out of touch, but a lot of it is because I keep it simple anyway. I've seen feedback in ways like I make videos like this, and then I start seeing a wave of videos like this on there. I like them. So it doesn't bother me. And then I'll switch it up sometimes and do some reviews. If I'm able to run across something that I think is really something that I need, then I will begin to employ those methods. With the videos is what I'm talking about. But not gonna be a ton of that. Whatever my train of thought was in that, I have totally forgotten it. You get live stuff, that's what you get. But not a ton of dead air. My mom is the advisory panel. That's where I was. That's it. Nobody else. No one helps me. No one definitely tells me to do anything at all. And if people know me, they already know that. I would rather lose standing my position. Now, I'm one of those. I'd rather lose standing my position, going and staying in line with my principles and belief, rather than be a lapdog and go with you and say that's winning because of whatever reason. So now, so that doesn't happen. And nobody, so yeah. So my advisory panel is my mom, and that's a joke, an inside joke between us. Us used to be me and her, and it still is. You'll never know everything. But it's also now including you, my beloved viewers and channel subscribers. Trust me, I've always been a free-hearted person. I'll give away plenty of stuff when the giving gets good. And, if I say that there. When I'm able to give, or when I know how to give. And it'll be, good stuff. So yeah, that's all I have to say now. It seems that I'm missing something about that portal, man. But still, we'll go on. This was almost 20 minutes, but it won't be because I'll cut it short here. I think I did fine. Some of you will too. Some of you won't. But that's it for me. I'm gone. Today was Sunday, April 19th. That's all.